and a special Thursday night football here as we have Schalas fighters taking on the video game Vixens. That's right, it's BALOGBOWL. Frank versus John. Right here, week 12, Thursday night football. And this is a game that will have many ramifications as the Mad Dog Snap Schalas fighters, 6-4, second in their division, takes on the VGV 8-2 with a comfortable 5-win lead over their adversaries. Just incredible. So I'm going to turn back to the game. What the heck has happened? Luca has the ball. She's running. Well, first down. Maybe I should have been paying attention there. I don't really know what happened. Luca got the ball. They're in the red zone. I was reading stats off another screen, and awesomeness is occurring. Frank wants to strike quick. 2nd and 8. Past the 10-yard line here. Only 8 yards to go. The rush in by the VGV, and Masters is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A big third down here. Giving it to Masters again. The workhorse. He can't get around that player. And now, the fighters will have to bring out the field goal unit. Heckren getting the ball up. There's some defenders in there. Did they get enough whiff on it? Yes, they did. Good job. Look at that. No good. The VGV to Vixens take the ball here. Kelly Kapowski handing off to the best girl, Makoto. I'm being told in my headset it's Makoto. Best girl, not just average girl, not just normal girl, best girl. Makoto with the ball again. She's the workhorse of the VGV right there. You can see her breaking through to the 30, to the 20, and the SF is going to bring her down to about the 13-yard line. Vixens now in striking distance. Handoff. Kelly Kapowski keeping the ball. The short pass to the best girl, and we have a touchdown for the video game Vixens. And what a season has Kelly Kapowski had. That's her 23rd touchdown. She has only thrown one interception. She has a 70.7% completion. What a player. Bringing the touchdown, bringing the points against Frank, the first Balog to score. And Corono's in. Oh my God, that means somebody's got to be injured. And look at him go. He's got a little bit of jets on him. Masters. It's probably why Luca's in too, probably, right? I have no idea. I don't know why there was no love to Corono here. I understand Ken Masters is right there, and Ken Masters is a great force in TFO history. I mean, he did amazing last season as he took the Street Fighters all the way to the Choco Bowl. And this season, he's time warped in here with Chrono Trigger. Masters, short pass. Those short passes this season have just been deadly. Deadly. If you're looking at the list of wide receivers, most of them who have the most reception yards are running backs. Short little passes trying to get them out to the field. Masters, only an 8-yard gain there. He's got a Hadouken it a little further. And they really need to score here. You don't want to be down on John. Although he's down on himself. Luca, there she is right in the middle of the field, dodging, leaving. Oh, she couldn't invent a touchdown there. Get it, invent. And that's funny. I don't care who the fuck you are. Mag is handing the ball off to Ken Masters for the touchdown. Ken Masters looking as magnificent as ever. The blonde hair flowing under that helmet there. All right, let's see if Heckren cannot miss this one. And that one is good. So we've got a tied ball game here. 7-7. No Balog is on top. Moxie returning the ball. She's got some jets on her. Look at that. Oh, caught up in the middle there of a scrum. 1st and 10. Kelly Kapowski under center. May be the best quarterback in TFO today. She has just had an amazing season. She is not a cardboard cutout. I can tell you that. Her work on the volleyball team has definitely, a cheerleading squad and all the physical activity she did with Zach Morris has definitely showed off. and it's definitely put her at the top of her game. So now we're into the second quarter here as Kelly Kapowski's leading this video game Vixens, but they're held behind the line there, 2nd and 17. Handing the ball off to the best girl. Makoto dodging, weaving. Oh, she coughed the ball up. Oh, I thought it was gonna be out of bounds, but the great Aussie used some of his magic. Was able to pull it back in and able to retrieve the ball for the Scoliosis Fighters. 2nd and 9 here for Ken Masters. It should be just the Ken Master Fighters. I know they gotta keep the S right. So. Whatevers. As long as Masters is getting paid, I don't think he cares, you know. Especially since he's getting such a higher rank than, say, like Ryu. You know, Ryu always gets all the love and everything, and Ken Masters is always like second, always like sidekick. So I know he's enjoying busting it out there on that Chrono Trigger team, being the best Chrono Trigger character they got. So you go, Ken Masters. This bud's for you. 3rd and 4. Let's see if Masters can get the first down here. Yes, he does. Oh, and a little extra sauce onto it to bring him into the Evil Dave zone. 1st and 10. Take a drink of my beer here. Delicious. Unlike that run by Ken Masters. Masters look a little slow here. Kind of worried he might be nursing an injury. That's not good for the Schalas Fighters. Almost intercepted. 3rd and 8. Magus under center here, looking at his options. Throwing it to Ayla. Oh, but the cave girl just can't bring it in. She's not being paid enough money, Frank. And I know you think it's okay to pay her in rocks because she's a cave woman, but that's fucked up, man. Speaking of fucked up, that kick is way right. Way right. Yeah, no good. No good. I could have told you that. Hecarin is going to get the heck yelled at him in the locker room at halftime. Frank cannot be happy with the 2 missed field goals. And now the VGV taking the ball here. They got about 2 minutes to play around, and when you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best quarterback in the league, oh my god, the Masamoon! Wow, rushed in there. Just sliced and diced. I think New was in there as well. New is just, if that defense gets through that offensive line in any capacity, they are super quick. Look at them. They're chasing Kapowski, but she's got the legs, and she knows how to use them. She borrowed them from Jesse Spano. All right, here. VGV. Kapowski keeping the ball. Little short pass to the Makoto. I'm telling you, those short passes are just killer this season. You know, everybody's bitching about the running backs. No, it's not the running backs running that worries me. It's the running backs catching all these incredibly short passes. Like, there we go with the best girl, Makoto. Right into the Evil Dave zone. Can they put 2 in the P and 1 in the Stee? Kapowski pitching it down to Caulfield. But Caulfield can't do nothing. 29 seconds. This is probably the last play before they'll try to kick a field goal here. So, are they going to get some good yardage? They're going to get the touchdown. Oh, they had to get rid of the ball quickly. It was batted down, and the field goal unit is going to come out on the field to attempt to take the lead. Ooh, the SF's in there. Oh, it's blocked! The Shallow Fighters were able to block it, and it's recovered by the War God. And 1 second remains, so they'll probably just run it with Ken Masters. There we go, that's what I'd have done too. End it with a tie here at halftime. So each Balog taking a touchdown. Defensive battle here, and that shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody here today, as the Vixens have the 2nd best defense in the MAD, and the Fighters have the 6th best defense in the MAD. But their offenses, the Fighters have the 3rd best offense in the MAD, and then the Vixens have the 11th. So it's definitely going to be a knockout, drag-out brawl here today on Thursday Night Football. And Kapowski's going to start this series. Gets it out to Moxie, who's able to dive. She keeps her hat on. Oh! She kept the hat on, but she was shot by a super laser gun that has infinite bullets and fire and lightning, and it throws torpedoes and whatever fucking else Borderlands likes to do with that shit. She's down, and she's out. So now Kapowski is going to have to not rely on her #1 receiver. But that's okay. Ooh, man. I was going to say Sailor Mars looking to catch that ball there. She's been a pretty impressive wide receiver, too, this season. But Kapowski can really pass to anyone, and when she can't pass, there you go. You give it to the Makoto. Let Makoto run it if you can't pass it. She has been on fire this season. That's why she's the best girl. Not the average girl, not the bad girl, not the good girl. The best girl. I think that means something, so, but I don't care. All right, there is the pitch back, the play to Makoto. Oh, almost touchdown. Almost. It was a good flea flicker, though. Kapowski had me biting on it. I was fished in. Give it to the Makoto. Oh, they hold Makoto. The fighters showing that impressive defense they know they got. They got to show it off. Oh, look at that. New is looking really powerful after halftime, and that's not what you want to see. The New is a big, blue, badass motherfucker, and he is coming right at him. 4th and 6. Look at that. They held him to a field goal. Let's see if a field goal can actually be scored today. Can a field goal be scored today? And it is! It's done it! They've done it! Lady Ann. Good job, Ann. We appreciate it. Can I call you Annie? Good job, Annie. We appreciate it. Getting a field goal, getting the lead for the VGV, them video game Vixens. And now Corono trying to get it for the Showtime fighters there. 1st and 10. Magus with the ball, probably the best character besides Corono, so it makes sense he's the quarterback. Gets the first, runs it himself, scythe in hand. It's been a while since I played Chrono Trigger. Last time I played it, I was working at an insurance company, actually, and I was able to play my DS while I took calls. So I brought Chrono Trigger in for the DS, and I played through it. And it was fucking awesome. Chrono Trigger's always awesome. That's my Chrono Trigger story, the end. There is Ken Masters. I don't really have a Street Fighter story because I wasn't really into it, but I played it whenever, it was available. Street Fighter, play it a little bit. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat fan myself, so, but I still like Ken Masters getting his comeuppance. I think that's pretty cool. In the VGV, oh no, he got through. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Are you serious? Oh, wow. Wow, Masters just scooped it right back up and ran it in for a touchdown. Could have been disaster, but he Hollabalogened himself right into the end zone. And Heckren having a heck of a day. Whew, almost missed that one. Up by 4 points now. There's the kick by Heckren. Giving it to Luca. Trying to invent something. Literally, figuratively, whatever. She's making she should just make a portal from one end zone to the other. Just score them touchdowns. Kapowski, ooh, throwing it. Wow, what a catch by Sailor Mars. I really thought she was going to go to the top receiver there, but got to remember, that's the backup. And Kapowski, with her veteran knowledge of sports, with all the football players, she assisted in high school. Ayla, the cave girl with the touchdown. Yeah, there we go. Cave slut, Ayla. Yeah. She might be getting paid in rocks, but she's scoring touchdowns. And that brings the video game Vixens back on top. Oh, but that blocked field goal means they only top by 2 points. So if, the Shalabala Ding Dong fighters can find their way down to try to kick a field goal for a change, Heckren missing 2 on the day already, so do you rely on that kicker? Do you hope and pray that he stops fucking up? I don't know. We'll see. Join us soon, because it's going to happen. Ooh, horrible throw there. Receiver was open, but Magus was just not feeling it. There's a handoff to Masters, who's brought behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 13. You can't fuck around with this video game Vixen defense. Look at that. They're rushing in your Toab. It's 2B. I know it's 2B. So. She's having a hell of a season, too, I tell you. And if she keeps this up, I could see a possible Pro Bowl nod for her. Because she definitely has had a lot of sacks. She's had a lot of disruption this season. So we see it, 2B. We know what you've contributed to this video game Vixens and their stellar defense. I mean, Their defense is good. Their offense is good. John Balog has put a lot of thought into this team this season. Look at that. Best girl, Makoto, just catch it in coverage. Like, no biggie. We're up by 2. Now it looks like we're trying to seal the deal here. Can they? Will they? Can the best girl, Makoto, make it happen? Not yet. First and 7. Can the Vixens score here, taking them up by even more? Oh, Makoto! Wow. Wow, they bit that scoliosis fighters team, man. They bit on that. They thought that handoff wasn't happening. They thought the quarterback was keeping it, and Makoto just slid on up there and was able to just slide in. I mean, that's the best way I can say it. Best way I can do it. And now they are up by 9. So, Frank, you need to pull out the big guns here, all right? You need this Chrono Trigger team to pull the trigger. And Corono starts that by getting to about the 35-yard line. Magus really needs to shape up here. He has looked horrendous this third quarter. Oh, look at that. Throws an interception to Blaze. Oh, and she's just kicking her way. Man, that was a good return for an interception as well. Streets of Rage 2 Blaze, if I remember correctly. Because I guess Streets of Rage 2 is sexier. Makoto. Oh, no! Not Makoto and the VGV suffering their second injury of the day. This one much more devastating. Makoto goes out. Luca's coming in. So, oh man. Oh man. 2nd and 1. Down by 9 points. Is it going to matter? Look at that. Catching it in coverage. Damn. Cave Slut Ayla with her second slutty touchdown of the day. Right from Kelly Kapowski. What a season Kapowski has been having. And she would like nothing more than to bring the Balog trophy home to John Balog here in the Balog Bowl. Live on Thursday Night Football. Live being I'm recording this live, but I'm going to put it up one this time. So you're not listening to this live, but you know, whatever. Fuck you. Back to the action. So 240. Frank ain't out of this yet. Giving it to Ken Masters is... I understand that's your game plan, but you got to make something happen quicker than that. You are down by 16 points. So that's 3 scores. So yeah, passing it's a good idea. Ayla getting the ball. Wait a minute. Now I'm super... Damn, there are 2 Aylas. There are 2 fucking Aylas on the field. I am super... Both these guys, both these Balogs have an Ayla on their team. There's Yora 2B with her second sack of the day. So I guess Cave Slut is the Vixen. So I wonder what the fighter... I guess we haven't seen her score a touchdown yet. Maybe we have. I am so confused now knowing that there's the same player on the field. Titan Raven. There we go. 2nd sack. The defense of the Vixens really shutting down this second half for the swampy, shallow, shinken fighters. And they drop the ball. Look at that. Recovered by Yora 2B, who is obviously to be the player of the day. 2 sacks and a fumble recovery for a touchdown, sealing the game even further for the video game Vixens. Oh, the field goal's blocked, but who cares? I mean, and they're going to 9-2. They're already 5 games up. And so, I mean, what does a win today, does that seal the deal for them? They'll be 6 games up. And so, I think we gotta wait for the other team, maybe? I don't know. I mean, if they're gonna, man, this is like week 12. That is insane to think that it might be possible for them to clinch it this early in the season. But they have just been one hell of a team. Another fumble by the Schalas fighters. Just, the bleeding never stops. K.I. Orchid from Killer Instinct recovering the ball in the Evil Dave zone. Kapowski with 36 seconds left. She hands it to Luca. I guess they're just going to try to run out the clock. Hope that Makoto gets better. Hope that Moxie gets better. You know, they got to have one of those guns back. But I think as long as Kapowski is in there and slinging the ball, the VGV are going to keep scoring more and more touchdowns. Just like this to the Cave Slut. Oh, come on. Come on, Cave Slut. I don't think it matters. Because I don't think it's going to come down to the Vixens needing to worry about a tiebreaker. So I don't think that their differential is going to matter much when it comes down to it. I'm pretty sure that they're either going to clinch it this week or next week. That's my view of it. That the only way, like my understanding is that they may possibly clinch it this week because they're going to be 9-2. And so Gears of War is already 5 games back from them, so they'll be 6 games back. So if Gears of War loses this week, then the VGV is going to clinch the division. But if Gears of War win this week, there will be a stay of execution. And then if VGV wins one more, or Gears of War loses one more, then they're going to clinch. VGV is going to clinch. So, I mean, Blog really putting a hell of a season together. When I'm saying Blog, I mean John Blog. Frank, on the other hand, is going to go to 6-5, and that definitely hurts because Evil Dave's already breathing down his neck at 4-6, and Travis with his Great Scots at 7-3. So really, the Great Scots can pull that DeLorean forward a little bit in that division and possibly just take it over. So that's something that they're going to have to worry about going forward. So, but this was a great game. Kelly Kapowski keeping that completion percentage, actually improving it. 81% on the day for 187 yards. She doesn't got to sling it everywhere if she doesn't need to. Very accurate passer she is. 0 interceptions. She's only had 1 on the year. So, and Makoto, look at that. Before she went out, 104 yards receiving and 74 yards I got that reverse. 104 yards rushing and 74 yards receiving. So if she would have stayed healthy, she probably put over 200 yards in on the day on both sides of the ball. So that's pretty good. I think where this game really loses for the Fighters is the defense of the video game Vixens. Just being able to stop Ken Masters, who was put at 124 yards today, 16 carries. So not even 10 yards a carry, which is Ken Masters usually hitting that kind of marker. So that's not good. And Magus throwing the interception, 45% completion percentage. I mean, it's obvious who the superior Balog was here today. It was John Balog. But I don't think Frank is going to cry into his pillow in the bunk bed. Frank, I assume you're on the top bunk. I hope you're on top of John. I hope John's not on top of you because, oh, buddy, he gonna crush you. But Frank's not crying into his pillow tonight because he has something to cuddle up against. And that's the Choco Bowl championship that he won last season that John Balog has not been able to obtain, but Balog made it so close. Titan Bowl, I think it was. But Cleveland Steamers were able to poop on his dreams, and that's what I think John was wanting to do here today, was poop a little bit on Frank's dreams and show that he's the superior Balog. And honestly, with the season the Vixens are having, I think they are the better team, and they showed they are the better team here today. And I think today shows that defense matters a whole hell of a lot, and the Fighters had a great defense today up until the second half. I think condition just changed, and they looked a little good there for a while, but then all of a sudden it just went to hell in a handbasket. So, all right, I think I've talked long enough here. I've enjoyed this game. The Blog Bowl goes to John as the Vixens are victorious 36-14. And we'll see you next Tecmo.